So Gauntlet's been added to Duelyst GG. I think it's a very fun mode. You'll see it's a lot less consistent, which means you get to see a lot of plays you don't always see in Constructed, where everything is pretty much everyone's always gonna hit their strategy and always gonna be running a ton of the best cards in their faction, a ton of the best cards in the game, a ton of removal. Where Gauntlet, sometimes you see some surprising plays. I'm gonna run a drop and take you through how I see it, at least. Our choices are Shaddai, who I don't particularly like in Gauntlet. Your Bloodborne spell doesn't get you too much value. And then a choice between 3 Abyssian Generals. Mave's probably alright, but you're hurting yourself for no reason. Cassyva is pretty good. Pinging things is pretty good. It's definitely underrated. But this is also not bad. Similarly good. In theory, you're getting a little bit more because you get 1 damage twice, whereas Cassyva gets 1 damage once. But the on-demand nature of it, I quite like it. This has a few more things you can synergize with. I wouldn't knock either choice here. I think they're both fine. I'm just gonna run Cassyva though. Have a slight preference. And right off the bat, we're having a little bit of a tough choice. I don't think any of these are particularly amazing. Consuming Rebirth obviously has some synergy with some Dying Wish minions that we don't know if we're going to get yet. Nethermeld we could use like as a... Since we have Cassyva, we might have Creep. Ride the Undervolt is a bit expensive, but it draws us back to full. However, you probably only use it very late in the game. I think it's more likely to be used or have a strong use case than the other two. I think I'm just going to pick it. It's a pretty tough choice though. Alright, whatever. Alright, here we're just going to pick the 2-drop. It's a pretty usable one as well. I don't mind this opening gambit, it's not bad at all. Storm Metal Golems. Also a choice, but let's pick a 2-drop now so I don't have to make tough decisions later. Gloomshake, these are all fine options. I'd be happy to have any of them in my deck. But I think Demonic Lure is the most sort of premium card. It's definitely nice to have removal. Ooh. Carrying Collector has the potential to be good, but obviously we don't know how many Dying Wish minions we're going to draw. Scientist might not be bad. It's funny we can actually like BBS it to draw a card. I'm pretty sure this text is wrong though. Whenever you play a spell that targets a friendly minion, I thought it was only this card. I'll go and test that in a bot game later. Either the text's wrong, or the effect's wrong, or I'm wrong. Possible as well. Then we've got the Kamehameha. It's a nice animation. The card sort of doesn't really work as well as it sort of looks like the text might, but I think that's what we're going to pick here. I'm not particularly enamored with the other 2 options. Emblem is surprising for game winning. It's not like the other cards are unplayable, but this can certainly win you the game. The Dispel might be valuable here, but Cryptographus is slightly better as an opening play. And Abyssine doesn't have many good 2-drops, so when a playable one comes out in the neutral pool, we should probably take it. I think I'm just going to pick the other Demonic Claw, even though, funnily enough, you can combine Demonic Claw and Grass Dragon quite nicely. We're just going to pick another one. This is totally fine. There's a 1/5 that draws a card, replaces itself. Well, that sorcerer's not terrible though, especially when your spell pool, you're usually only picking good spells. You're like highly likely to get back something good. But I suppose that's always the case. It's not bad for value though. It's just a little expensive. They're already got a couple of expensive cards. This might be able to sort of get something going in the early game. It's pretty good at taking, well, definitely don't want another Ride of the Underworld. That's way too heavy. I'm tempted just to go with the cheaper option. I'm actually just going to pick Heart Sorcerer. That's a tough choice though. Probably Shield Master is really nice, I like it. Dragonlark's never going to get value, and Sapphire is somewhat conditional. Since if this was a 2/3, I'd like it a lot more. It'd be so much harder to kill, but a 2 HP. You know, it does of course need 2 damage instances to get through the force field and then kill it. But 2 HP means, you know, a ping and a hit from literally anything will kill it. Okay, not literally anything, but I mean, what doesn't have to attack? If one thing doesn't have to attack, that's the thing that will break the force field, and then the thing that does have to attack will. But anyway, this I picked it. I think it's quite easy. Rascal is perfectly fine. I suppose I prefer Cassyva to Ammo, even though, you know, 3/3's not a bad stat line at all. I don't have any buffs to like buff up my castness. Just being able to control it just makes it better. This must be a Blood Tier Alchemist. Taxi's nice. Alright, here we go. It's a choice. The Precious Marauder is not bad, but the thing is, it's a bit awkward to use. Like, there'll be times when it's in your hand and you want to play it, but you can't because, I don't know, you've got a little Jax or something else on board. Darkspire, I thought not the pick. But it's just not. I don't think it's even good in the decks that play it in Constructed, so I'm sorry not playing in Gauntlet. I think Riftwalk is good. And happy to see Primus first, that's nice. Just check quickly. Yeah, we're coming along fine here in 2-drops, so we don't need to compromise here. I'm happy enough to take a Frostbite Naga. That effect is quite good. And similarly, Blistering Scion. A lot of health from this would go off. Probably not very. Just take them all. Ooh, this is actually something to consider, because it's been a while since I played Gauntlet. I can't remember off the top of my head which one's better. Obviously the Rush is very nice. But, like, the stat difference is pretty significant, right? Still, probably having Rush makes it just a little bit more flexible. We've already got one Ember Worm, so let's take the Rush. I wonder if this is better in Gauntlet. Yeah, actually, I think these are all somewhat viable. It's probably not all, but even though you always imagine it could be amazing. 6 mana, this just comes in a little bit late to actually steal the thing, but there's definitely stuff that has 2 or less attack that is valuable to steal. I suppose in the situations this is good, it will be it, indeed. This just seems a bit hopeful. 1 damage a turn is not very much. A 7/2 body is not very good. Okay, I suppose it's Senri. Oh, interesting pick here. I don't think we have anything. Oh, well, we have Riftwalker. Suppose you can use it to, like, heal a Saber Spine Alpha or something. This isn't the pick. Maybe it's just a Blood Tora. Problem is that if you're at 9 HP, you're already so close to death. The way HP works, you know, isn't that you lose, you know, steadily HP as the game goes down. You tend to lose it in chunks. And when you're low on HP, you know, your opponent is pretty likely to have a big chunk of damage waiting in the hand just for you to get in range for it to kill you. So it's never like, oh, you go from 10 to 8 to 6 to 4 to 2. You go from like 12 to 6 to 6 to dead. You know, you stay on 12 for 2 turns, and then, you know, you get hit to 6, and then boom, you're dead. And you might just go from 12 to 0. But the other cards really aren't too much to write home about. Let's just pick it. In a bit. 4, 5, 6. 2 drops are okay. I'd consider having another one. Shadow Watch is probably not as good as some people are thinking, but it does force them to remove it. Use a Dispel or a hard removal. I think it's fine to pick here. Oof. This is a bit of a stinker pick. Gouge might just be able to single-handedly beat some decks, but, you know, against others it will just immediately die for 2 mana. It's probably better than Hexclaw, though. At least as... yeah... okay. Ooh, interesting pick here. Probably just go with a thing that always has ranged. You know, sometimes. Portugal's not terrible either. Has its moments for sure, but I think Cannon's the pick here. I typically don't really like this card. It's like a 1-mana gives something +1/+1. But it's not like Necros is amazing either, really, is it? I don't think we can pick this. This is not going to be reliable at all. Torment is good. Now nearing the end. Yeah, I'll probably just pick another Shadow Watcher. I'm not a big fan of Blue Tip Scorpion, even if it can trade up. Okay, this is an easy EMP. Yielding Depths is a baddie though, but EMP is just... I don't think we need more draw anyway. EMP is way too good. This can sometimes be good. The Scout Golem would be totally acceptable to have another 2-cost. Saber Spider Alpha is also good. However, we might just prefer a cheap card in this situation. I suppose we'll round out the Primus Shieldmaster. I'm happy with enough 2-drops. And this card is good. Alright, that was the draft. Let's just play some games. And we're against Kieran. That's not necessarily what I wanted to see. Yeah, beat me a couple of times yesterday. I think we played each other 3 times and he won 2 of them. Yeah, a deck with a bunch of fat HP minions. I wonder if it's the same one. Yeah, we're just going to replace with our high cost cards here. Maybe we replace the MP even, that's good. It's just a bit... we need something else in the early game. We're just going to kick off with the Cryptographer. Even though this has a better stat line, you know, you can use it to trade into something perhaps. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we Riftwalker on the tile and then ping the Golem. Save our whip for something that actually is important. And I just ping this because it came off our Photographer and it's going to refresh next turn anyway. This at least stops him getting to 6 mana. He can get to 5 though. But if he gets to 5, he can't trade into the Riftwalker, so... might need something else to do with that, or just leave it up. Don't know. And Conjure is pretty good. And he has a spell to follow up. Well, in this situation we're gonna overdraw him cards anyway, so big deal basically. As I'm looking at it, it looks like a Primus Fist on the Cryptographer. Hit, and then just play a Jaxi somewhere, probably out of range of the Celebrant, maybe here. Probably keep my minions away from the Celebrant. I suppose the one I could keep in range is a Jaxi. Maybe Jaxi here. Mine walk here. This comes here. Primus Fist here, so it can't hit. I want to stay away from the Celebrant because he has Roar up. I'll sort of play around these sort of stupid AoEs. That's reasonable. Say play around any stupid AoEs, but I guess AoE in the blue conjure spot is good. Anyway, we'll deal with that. It's a bit too much value just to leave on the table. If you really get the Albie stuff, honestly, man. So I can trade everything into Albeast, and then I hit the 1-2. That seems good to me. And I can play Lax Ignis. Yeah, that seems good to me. Obviously, having to trade on my entire board there isn't the ideal situation. But can't let that thing stay alive. I suppose I should have replaced Burst. That's a fine thing to replace into. Though, if he doesn't play something stealable, which, given he has Roar available, oh no, he doesn't have Roar available, so maybe it could happen. But yeah, if I don't steal anything, my play isn't very good. You hold on to one of these whips. No, I think we replace the Zenry. Because we're gonna whip this away. Probably this corner, I suppose. I actually don't want to scorn because it kills our thingama. So I can start putting damage on this now, just so it gets dealt with eventually. Do I ping it? Because I'm probably gonna Ember him next turn, but I might not. And if I need it next turn and I don't have it, that'll be sad. But if I do play Emberwyrm, I'll be missing on 1 damage on this, which could matter. I don't really want to, I don't think. Okay, we'll just end the turn. See, this would have been good. Maybe I should just play this, but yeah. His BBS isn't up next turn, so I can maybe kill the Silver Guard and play the Emberwyrm. Problems? Good card, man. Strong. I think this is the deck today. So I need to whip this away because I must kill this. Can I? No. So let's start by whipping that. Then this will fly here and kill this. And live on 1 HP. And I'll move the Ignis up here. I suppose it'll be Shield Master here to protect. And then I suppose I'd rather kill Behind Cliff than get an extra. But maybe killing the Sunrise Cleric is better after all. Yes, I think so. Then do I replace Scorn? Is that 6? Yeah. Okay, this works reasonably well. So with this, this flies here and hits here. Then we're going to clear the Sunrise Cleric because that's the card which he can roar. And we don't want him to do that. I think here's fine. And this refreshes next turn, so let's throw that on that. And Demonic Possession last. Maybe we should have done it first just in case we got something that changed the play, but yeah. Had enough to think about that turn anyway. It's so greedy to like try and fly this back to try and heal it, but I don't know, maybe it's not. Just Whistling Blades is a big boy, a lot of HP. So Wartown will probably have to deal with that. Okie dokie. I wonder if he's got Divine Bonds. So this is probably going to kill this. Then what? Ping. Am I hitting this? Ping. Hit or something. There, okay. Start with the draw. See if we get anything nice. That's not bad. We're playing this because it's going to get slow. I think we just trade off as much of his board as we can. I'm going to move this down here to give our Primus some heals. Maybe I could have. Oh no, it's fine, it was on full HP, right? So we want to play this first. I want to play it. Yeah, I think is good. Right. So this comes and hits this. That's that. And then we'll finish off like that. And then do, okay. Whatever. I don't like this because I'm weak to Lightbender here, but I sort of wanted to put something here, maybe, I don't know, to finish the little triangle where he can't put any opening gauntlets on it, but I just ran out of time. I suppose this shouldn't be here either, since you can walk up and clear it. Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper is scary, since it can actually literally kill me. I think it's somewhat likely I'm forced to Blood Tour here. Because this is what... yeah, that can't hit that, so... I can only do 1, 2... Well, actually, I can kill this now. If I ping it... And I have 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, I can kill it. And also I'll summon the Blood Tourer, which is nice. So I suppose that's the play. I'm not sure if I should play around Hyperions. I have to hit this, nothing else can, right? Yeah, nothing else can. Well, it's fine to take the hit anyway, because it brings me down into needing to have to cast both. Though my low HP is scary indeed. Put this on him. Someone's calling me. Texting me. Oh, it's a bit scary. My HP is rather low. I think all spots where he could summon a rush are provoked, right? No, not true. If there was some way I could have killed this, it would have been nice, but... if there was one, I certainly didn't see it. Yeah, there's nothing I can work. Yeah, it's a good light bend there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are we really one off? Like, hit. Is he crazy? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's crazy. Let's just recount because I don't think. No, he's. I don't know, he just killed himself for fun. He definitely should have attacked me there. That was a mistake, but. Whew, that was close.